in class, but I'm just going to explain how to do them. So this is a set of two or more linear equations with the same variables. All right? Two or more linear equations with the same variables. So, example, we have 2x plus y is equal to 6, and we have 3x plus 2y is equal to 7. These are two linear equations, and they have the same variables, x and y. Sometimes you may see a 3x plus 2y. This is still fine. You can still solve that. So no worries. But yeah, so this is a good example of a linear equation, or equals 7. Yeah. So what's the objective of a system of linear equations? All right. The objective of this is to find x and y. All right, x and y. To find an x and y that satisfies this equation. These equations. These equation. We're looking for a single point. We are looking for a single point. All right? A single point. All right? And that point is where the lines intersect. All right? That's the point where the lines intersect. So, how can we find these points? One, by graphing. This is the easiest way to do it. All right, just graph the points, and then you see where they intersect, and the xy value where the two lines intersect will be your solution to these equation. Do by substitution. We did this in class yesterday, or on Friday, sorry. I'm going to do it by elimination, which is one method we haven't really tried yet, but yeah, we will try it on Monday. So, solve this by graphing. To solve it by graphing, to make it easy for me, convert to slope-intercept form, 3 minus x. So I know that this is my line. My y-intercept is positive 3. My slope is minus 1. So I have to move to the left one, go up 1. So 2 points. 2 points make a line. So boom. That's my line. Here again, convert this one to slope-intercept form to make it easy for me. So 2y will be equal to minus 4 plus x over 2 over 2 will be y will be equal to minus 2 plus 1/2 x. All right, so I've made a mistake here. It's not 1/2. I knew I made a mistake. No, I did not make a mistake. I did not. Sorry, I doubt myself sometimes. All right. If I graph this, I go to minus 2. All right, and I'm all positive, so rising 1, running 2, rising 1, running 2. Funny enough, the point that okay, yeah, no, this won't be, okay, yes. So let me extend my line a little bit. And that's where they meet. That's the solution. All right, that's where they meet. Now, substitution. Oh, and by the way, just one more point on this. All right, doing it in all three ways should give you the same answer. All right, so substitution. So this method, I know I didn't describe it in class, but I'm going to describe it again. All right, number one, we choose any equation from what we are given. Yeah? And then step two, get y in terms of x for your chosen equation. All right. And then step three, substitute. This is what the method is. Substitute that equation. Let's see. Substitute that equation into the equation you did not manipulate. And solve. All right. So what I won't do this example. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do the example. I want to do it very fast, but I know we had a lot of practice with this in class yesterday. And really, what I want to show you today is elimination. But let's see. I have. I might need a page to do this. So if I have 5x, let me make it blank. Template, sure, blank. Yes, so my equation is, what I remember, I believe is 5x minus 3y equals 23. All right, and then I have 2x plus y equals 7. So how would I solve this? By substitution. I can pick any of my equations. I like to label my equations. All right, so remember, step one is choose any equation from what we're given. We're given these two equations. All right, I'm going to choose equation 2. All right, so I've chosen equation 2. So chosen equation 2. So I'm going to write equation 2 right here. The next step is to manipulate the equation to get y in terms of x. So getting y in terms of x just means getting y alone and taking the x on the other side, the x terms on the other side. This is our equation. Now, step 3, so this is what? This is choose equation. Step 2 is get y in terms of x. Then step 3, what we're doing here in step 3 is substituting this equation into the equation we did not manipulate. Substituting equation 2, this is our equation 3 rather. I've named this equation 3 into equation 1. So plug in equation 3 into equation 1. I'm going to have 5x minus 3, 7 minus 2x, yeah, equals 23. Now you see I have all x terms. So now it's simple. I can solve for x. So 5x minus 21 plus 6x equals 23, yeah? let me get rid of this line. It's feeling a bit weird. So then now I have minus 21 plus 23. Yeah, that's going to be equal to, sorry, I think I did this weirdly. It's going to be 5x plus 6x equals 23 plus 21. It's going to be 44, 11x over 11 over 11, and x is going to be equal to 4. All right. So this is the hard part. So now we can just plug in. Now step 4, I didn't write it there. Step 4, plug in your x value into any equation to get y. All right. And by the way, you can do this vice versa. If you want, you could have, in step 2, you could have solved for x in terms of y and plug in your y to get x. But this is just standardized, yeah? So, now, okay, not finished. So, plug in x equals 4. So, we're going to have 2. So, I want to plug in x equals 4 into equation 2. So I'm going to have 2 plus, 2 plus y equals 7. And x is 4. So as you see, I'm plugging x for 4. 8 plus y is equal to 7. Y is going to be equal to 7 minus 8. Y is going to be equal to minus 1. And that's substitution. All right? Now, what if we do this? But now let's do it by elimination. And whilst I haven't solved this yet by elimination, and I don't know if my answers are correct, but I hope they're correct. I can check if they're correct by simply plugging them into the equations, but I wanna live like a rock star and see if my answers will be correct. Let's solve this by elimination. All right. So, the goal of elimination, all right. The goal of elimination is to remove one variable by adding or subtracting two equations. All right? That's the goal of elimination. So if I have 5x minus 3y equals 23, and I have 2x plus y equals 7, I have to identify what number or what variable is easy to remove. Well, from here, I can see that it's very easy for me to remove y, because I have a minus 3y. I can multiply. Let's say here I have equation 1, equation 2. I can multiply equation 2 by 3 on both sides. So I'm allowed to do that. So if I got 3 is equal to 2x plus y is equal to 21, or let me not rush. 7 times 3. I'm multiplying the equation both sides of the. So I'm multiplying 3 by both sides of the equation, and then now here we get 6x plus 3y equals 21. All right. So now let me so I've identified the variable I was easy to remove, and now I have created an equation that I can add that will make y disappear. Let me show you how I'm going to make y disappear. All right. So let me rewrite equation 1 right here. 5x minus 3y equals 23. And we're going to have 6x plus 3y equals 21. All right. I can add both equations now together. This is going to be 11x minus 3y plus 3y, 0. This is going to be 44. And thus, I'm going to have 11x is going to equal to 44. All right? And then now divide by 11, cancel that, cancel that. X is going to be 4. That's elimination. All right? So, from there now, I can just plug in 4. I can plug in 4 into equation 102. I want to use equation 2, so I'll plug in my x into equation 2. I'm going to have 2, 4 plus y equals 7. 8 plus y equals 7. Y is going to be equal to minus 1. Right? Let me do it systematically, step by step. Y is going to be equal to 7 minus 8. Y is going to be equal to minus 1. And there we have it. We've used two different methods, and we've arrived at the same answer. So the goal of the course is to have you be proficient at both, at least at graphing, at substitution, and elimination. But let me do one more by elimination, just so you can see how to do it properly. Yeah? Let's get to it. What if we try? Let me see which questions could I try by elimination. I'm gonna try to do this one by elimination. Okay. Yeah. And then okay, template. Yeah, I'm just gonna write it. I have I believe it was 4x plus 3y equals minus 24. I'm gonna have 8x minus 2y equals minus 16. This is a hard one, all right, to do by elimination, but it can be done. All right, remember, so this is my equation 1, my equation 2. I have to decide, which variable could be easy to get rid of in this situation? Well, look, I see I have a 4 and I see I have an 8 there. So if I multiply equation 1 by 2, or by negative 2 rather, I can add both equations and x will disappear. So let's see. So I'm going to multiply equation 1 by negative 2. So I'm going to have negative 2, 4x plus 3y equals to minus 24 times negative 2. It's going to be here. It's gonna have minus 8x plus minus 6y. It's gonna be equal to 48. All right. So I can now rewrite both equations together. All right, so I'm gonna have minus 8x minus 6y over equals 48. That's my equation 1. And I'm gonna write equation 2 as it is. So now I can add both equations. So if I add both equations, I have, this is going to be 0. This is going to be minus 8y equals, this is going to be 42. And y is going to be equal to 8 divided by 42. which is a fraction that I don't quite know the value. 42 divided by 8. Let me check that in my calculator. You know what? 42 divided by 8. 5.25. All right, so y will be equal to 5.25. So I have my y value. Let's go. And now let me plug my y into. I can now plug y into any equation that is, either 1 or 2. So I'm gonna have 8x minus 2, 5.25. It's gonna be equal to minus 6. Yeah, I'm plugging into equation 2. So I'm gonna have 8x minus 10.5, I hope, equals minus 6. It's going to be 8x equals 6 plus 10.5. 8x is going to be equal to 16.5 over 8. Divide. And so x is going to be approximately 2.1. Approximately. All right? Approximately. I would say, yeah. I'll just say approximately 2. It's a bit more than 2, but I don't want to use my calculator. But yeah, that's really how you do elimination. All right. I hope you guys remember the big thing with elimination is just choosing the variable that's easy to remove. All right. Let me create a little summary right here. Elimination step by step. You see, choose variable that is easy to get rid of. All right. Then multiply. Sometimes you don't need to, sometimes you really don't need to. So if needed, multiply one equation by a constant. All right, by a constant. All right, and this is one equation, multiply both sides of it, both sides. All right, by a constant. And then add up your new set of equations. All right, that's the elimination step by step. If you don't get it, we're going to have plenty of practice in class with this. And yeah, I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Again, apologies for the late video. All right, see ya. Bye.